Hello and welcome to another episode of the NHL Weekly. I'm Kyle Winkler, and today's team preview is of the Philadelphia Flyers. The Flyers moving into the season, I just feel really bad for them. Not that they're going to do bad, because I don't think that, but I'll get to that later. I feel bad because they had, in my opinion, one of the better offensive teams in the NHL when they had Carter and Richards. And I understood entirely. You get there to that Stanley Cup and you freak out because you lost due to goaltending. And you just absolutely freak out and think the only way we're ever going to win is if I get goaltending. I understand I wouldn't have done it, but it wasn't my choice to make. So they decided we're going to trade away our captain and we're going to trade away our leading goal scorer just so we can sign Ilya Brizgailov. They do so. Ilya starts out strong and then falls apart due to pressure, and I'm sure the HBO Winter Classic videos of him talking about the universe and Huskies, which were hilarious, but I'm sure the ridicule that he got for that, on top of the mounting pressure of the losing streak they started to go on, must have just entirely killed his confidence. And I'm sure that Ilya Brizgailov is a much better goalie than what he showed in Philly. I think he's the same as he was in Phoenix. You just have to put him in a low pressure, low key city like Florida or St. Louis, where they're not going to take it crazy if you go on a 15-game losing streak, because that stuff has happened before. But Philly, moving into this season, I think that they are going to be in the running. They probably will be a playoff team. The question is Ray Emery. Can Ray Emery be the man? Yes, he was a great backup, budding for that starting position, but can he be the starter? I mean, it's almost unquestioned between him and Steve Mason. Steve Mason hasn't had a great season since his rookie year. Ray Emery has been consistently a good goalie, and I think he will be handed that number one position. Claude Giroux is going to score 100 points, be a fantastic player if he stays healthy, and he's going to make everyone who plays on that line with him better. I think Sean Couturier is going to bump up his goal amount and is going to maintain that awesome defensive system that all teams need to have, that kind of player that does that system. There's an absence of Briere, and that is a void they have not had to fill in Philly for a long time. And his absence, I don't think, was properly filled. Yes, they brought in Lecavalier, but Lecavalier did not fill the position that Briere left. Briere was a winger who was able to be fast and edgy and get right in there in the moments and chip that puck in. He wasn't strong and he wasn't forceful. Lecavalier is a fantastic addition to this team, and I think he fits in much better with the slightly aggressive but yet skilled set that they're developing with their players. And that's great for them, but I just don't feel like they properly filled that void that Briere left. Having said that, I do think that Philly is a force to be reckoned with. Their defense is, yet again, still a little thin. They did get Mark Streit, but all in all, that's a minus guy who is a offensive defenseman first. And with that, it doesn't draw any defensive capabilities. And that is still something that they're very weak on. And they have tried, and they've been trying for 3 years, since Pronger's hit, really, was when they really tried to amp up the search. They have not been able to find a number one defenseman. They've tried for Shea Weber, and they've tried to make trades for people, but it just hasn't happened for them. And it's very sad, but that's where they are. But as a team, moving forward, if Ray Emery can step up and be the man, there's no doubt in my mind that they'll be a playoff team.